Well, airline passengers in Canada now have a slew of new protections. To shed some light on what has changed, we're joined by Gabor Lucic of Air Passengers' Rights. Gabor, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Annette.
Okay, break it down for us. What has changed in this second phase of the Passengers' Bill of Rights that we need to know about?
Unfortunately, not any protection for passengers. That's our great concern. The new rules shortchange passengers who are stranded because there will be no compensation for the most common cases of flight cancellations and delays, those caused by weather and those caused by maintenance issues.
So we are told, though, that they would be compensated for cancellations or delays. Under what provisions?
That is exactly the question. The government is deceiving the public. The government is misleading passengers to believe that the new rules actually protect them, while in reality, the eligibility conditions are so stringent that virtually in no case you will get compensation. There are rules that talk about $1,000, but when you look at the fine print, when you are eligible to that amount, you will see that all common cases of flight delays and cancellations are out.
Because most of them, as you say, are probably related to weather, which is out of everyone's control.
And related to maintenance issues. And that's quite perplexing because in Europe, which has the gold standard of passenger rights, it's a no-brainer that when an aircraft breaks down, the airline has to pay compensation to passengers who are stranded as a result. In Europe, the airline even has to offer hotel and accommodation when it is outside their control, but they don't have to provide cash compensation. But in Europe also, it is the airline that has to prove that it was something outside of their control. In Canada, you, the passenger, will have to prove that it was within the airline's control. So the new rules really protect the airlines and not the passengers.
Yeah, and I would imagine there's probably no time frame either on this, because if you have to file the claim as the passenger, is there anything that suggests how long it could take before they reimburse you or give you what is due to you for that delay or cancellation?
So you have 1 year to make a claim, which is substantially less than what the international standard is, which is at least 2 years. And then the airline has 30 days to either pay or to give you reasons why they're not paying. The trouble is that the new rules provide the airlines with a wealth of legitimate, quote, excuses not to pay. So the airlines will have an easy time to comply and refuse to pay, all by the regulations. The regulations themselves are unfriendly to passengers and friendly to airlines.
What would be a fair compensation if you can make up the rules yourself? What would they be? How would we be compensated as airline passengers? Should there be mechanical or weather issues that end up forcing us to lose a flight?
Canada should be simply duplicating the European Union's gold standard. We shouldn't reinvent the wheel after all. And the European Union's rules strike a balance between the passengers and the airline's interests. So there should be a cash compensation for anything but extraordinary circumstances. So if there's weather and so on, that should not entitle to compensation. But if the aircraft breaks down, if there's a maintenance issue with the aircraft, of course that airline should be paying compensation. Actually, what the government is doing now is creating also a safety risk to passengers, because airlines will be deferring repairs of the aircraft until the last possible time, at which time if the aircraft breaks down, they won't have to pay compensation. In Europe, this actually made the whole air travel better because airlines have to keep a spare aircraft, have to keep spare crew, backup crew. I had this experience myself that in minutes they had a new crew on board when there was a problem.
So with all of this in mind, and we are entering now the busy holiday season where a lot of people are traveling, and then of course in the new year a lot of people travel south as well. What is your advice to air passengers? What do they need to know?
Passengers need to know that the government sold them out. Passengers need to know that they have the right and they should document any problems that they have with the airlines. They should use their smartphones to record the audio of any kind of interaction they have, which is not going as they wish. They should record a video, post it on social media, get it out to the media, get it out to the public, because really it is the court of public opinion that can achieve something here. The government is not going to help.